Welcome to another episode of Fuck Your Job. I'm Ron Worley.
And I'm Josh Fullenweider.
Fuck your job.
Hey guys, Josh Fullenweider.
Ron Worley.
And we're talking about Black Swan events today. So if you don't know what a Black Swan event is, it's pretty much an event that nobody could have foreseen, and once it occurs, the world is forever changed afterwards. It goes back to a long time ago when everybody thought all swans were just white and they couldn't imagine anything else, and then they discovered a black swan. Changed people's perception of the swans and the world there forever after.
How long ago was it? That is
I couldn't tell you.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So like 9/11.
Yeah, 9/11, Black Swan event. Nobody could foresee it.
Okay.
Our security since then has changed dramatically.
Right.
You know.
We got Homeland Security now.
Yeah, we've got a new branch of the government with the Homeland Security. We got the Patriot Act.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
More recently, 2008, obviously, Black Swan event. Nobody could foresee that a bunch of people would stop paying their mortgage.
Right.
And if you've seen The Big Short, that's what happened. That's what happened.
Right. Yep.
So.
Well, and that. So with that particular one, now everybody's kind of got that fear that we could do that again too.
Yeah.
Even though they put all this new regulation in to never let it happen again.
Oh yeah.
It's where everybody kind of feels it coming again, especially with our latest one, Corona.
Corona, the latest Black Swan.
Right, which people are now saying we couldn't imagine a life wearing masks before.
Yeah.
And now they're saying we're going to wear masks forever.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of people are getting Corona with masks on. Anyway, I digress.
Not a political episode, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay, my bad.
We're just going to sidestep that real quick. Anyway, so with the housing market, you know, there was a lot of things that led into that crash. A lot of people started just chipping away at little things.
Yeah.
So first it was, well, yeah, we can offer 100% mortgage because somebody's always going to pay their mortgage. Well, yeah, we can. Now that we've offered 100% mortgage, we can lower our credit standards a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and they kept sacrificing until they were just making bad loans.
Right.
You know, Corona, I don't know that that's really the case, other than that you should always teach your kids to wash their hands.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if y'all were washing your hands after you use the restroom, this wouldn't be a problem.
I think it's something to do with eating rat shit or something. Bat shit.
Yeah. But to this day, like, I'll go to use a restroom someplace and people just walk out. I'm like, dude, you were just taking a shit in there.
Yeah, dude, that's been a thing for many years. Wash your damn hands after you poop.
Yeah.
But you're right.
I'm like, maybe if you're a guy and you pee and you don't you're not handling yourself, you're just like flop out, tuck me in, like, okay, you didn't really, but still.
So in public, I always wash my hands.
Oh yeah.
Especially in public.
Well, and like, I've always been leery, like, I'm the one who even before I'd take a paper towel to open the door, because it never failed. I'd always leave the place right after a guy took a shit and just walked out. Right.
Well, and so there's this restaurant or this bar. It's called Kansas City Grill in San Diego, and I'll keep it quick. It's where Top Gun was filmed.
Okay.
There's a little piano in there that they did and all that. It is the nastiest fucking place I have ever seen in my life. It is so disgusting.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And it is so awesome. But that's one of those places you take the rag and open the door and then throw away the rag and use your foot to get out and all that good stuff. So. Yeah. Anyways, I digress.
Yeah. So Black Swan events, hard to predict for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, obviously nobody was really predicting that we were going to have a worldwide pandemic.
Right. But they changed the world forever as we know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, with coronavirus, where is money being made right now, or going to be made as a result of it? Mask sellers are loving it.
Well, yeah, a lot of people made billions off of that pandemic. Bill Gates.
So, drive-through restaurants are freaking killing it right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, and it's changing the way restaurants are popping up. Now it's dine and dash, not sit down and eat.
Right. This guy I know, he owns a bunch of fast food restaurants. He said during that safer at home, they lost a ton of money. He said, but since then, they've made more than made up for it. He said people discovered the drive-through.
Yep.
He's like, that's been a great deal because we were able to reopen and have people go through the drive-through. He said the other part of it was the inside sales for a fast food restaurant account for less than 20% of sales.
Right.
But most of your labor cost.
I was going to say,
because you got to wipe the tables, clean the area. It's much less efficient inside. He's like, so for him, he's like, I don't really ever want to reopen the inside of my restaurants because I can make more money through just having the drive-through.
Right.
He's like, I've got one more cook on staff as opposed to having one more cook and two front people checking things out and then a cleaner.
Right.
So
makes sense to me. Oh shoot, I just had another company that is thriving. I can't remember what it is now, darn it. Dang it. Oh no, that wasn't it. But a friend of mine was talking about doing pop-up restaurants. Basically, you pop up a small kitchen, like a hot dog frying machine, like a hot dog cart out in front on a sidewalk. And those burrito trucks have gotten more popular. Kitchen trucks, whatever those are called.
Yeah. I would bet Grubhub is, or what's the other one? I don't remember. We've got like Noco Nosh up here.
Yeah.
Where it's just, I bet they're killing
DoorDash.
DoorDash, that's the one.
Yeah, there's definitely jobs in that area.
So, predictions on the next Black Swan event.
Oh shoot! That's
industry.
That's the purpose, is that you don't know.
Well, yeah,
that's what that means. You have one, obviously.
No, I don't. I'll come up with something here in a second. We could see a repeat of some sort of housing bubble occurring. Now that it's happened once, I think it's in people's psyche that yes, it could happen again.
Right, and which keeps people from buying crazy, and that slows down the community. But I also think there's going to be something with the United States and how divided we are right now. There's going to be a Black Swan event with that. I don't dare say the words, but we're so divided, something's going to go down.
I can see that.
Yeah, and that'll change the country forever.
I will say some sort of Black Swan event in tech stocks. And the only reason I say that is Tesla, which is predominantly a car company, they have a lot of proprietary technology.
Okay.
They're very well run, but they are priced as a tech company and a very valuable tech company, as opposed to being a car company or a solar company or something similar. So they've got these other investments that don't really support the valuation, I guess is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So, just on the price per earning share, and I don't know what they are today, but say if Ford is priced at $7 on a PE ratio, which means for every dollar of profit, they have $7, or their stock price is $7 for every dollar of profit. Tesla is something like $100 on a PE. So if you just kind of translate that across the rest of the tech area and say, well, why are we valuing all these companies so high then?
Yeah.
And everybody's expecting the price to go up.
Right.
And Amazon and Google famously don't pay dividends, but they're always waiting for the price to, people invest in it because the price goes up.
Right.
So I could see something happening in the tech sector where technology stocks just either plateau or drop.
Yeah.
And people realize that they really do need to pay dividends.
Right.
Which is going to suck because tech companies then have to pay dividends.
Right.
They've been able to grow like crazy because they're not paying dividends and they're reinvesting it.
Right.
So
the tech keeps climbing and we get a faster growth on tech. But I also think that more tech companies are coming out so fast that though that's true, like a Tesla, that was the only electric car company out there doing research on badass new cars.
Yeah.
And now you can get a electric pickup. I mean, there's at least 10 companies out there doing the exact same thing.
Yeah. And
which feeds each other. So they're gonna have to pay dividends, but the industry in a whole, companies will get less money. Amazon's gonna have less money. Someone's gonna come out with another Amazon that just blows Amazon away, and it's gonna make them work for their money. So in general, the consumer will do better. Maybe.
Here's another one that I think could disrupt shipping industries is if they figure out a more efficient 3D printing or micro manufacturing system.
You just have an in-home unit?
So think like Stark, where like they order a cup of coffee, push a button, and it just materializes there.
Right.
Same thing. I want the new PlayStation. Rather than going to the store and getting one, I pay $500 and paying $500 there. I could pay $400 and build it myself for $100, and it builds Christmas night.
Right.
There it is.
Wow, that is some space age shit. But I think you might be onto something, because
if that happens, you figure your trucking industry just disappears.
Yeah.
Like cut by half easily, because then you're like,
we're down to food, gas,
lumber, like big building supplies. But yeah, that would seriously disrupt an Amazon. So
yeah, that's a great idea. Because 3D printers are something else.
And they're getting cheaper. Right. And they're getting better.
Right.
So
you could take a serious chunk out of that just by doing basketballs that way.
Yeah.
Footballs that way. Just the small stuff that you can do right now. Because you can build a basketball on a 3D printer.
Yeah. Think anything that either takes up a large volume. So basketballs, because they get shipped and they're inflated already.
Yep.
So basketballs... or you're going to force it. Okay, we're now shipping basketballs flat. Okay, so anyway, let's not go down that path. But large volume or heavy. So anything that's heavy, because those are going to be your most expensive items to ship.
So you have a bowling ball that gets done at your house.
Yeah.
And so what do you just pay for the licensing, basically?
Yeah, I mean, some sort of technology to say, okay, I can build it out. I buy a single-use file, load it to my printer, it prints it.
Yep.
Now I've got it.
What if you run out of product in the middle of making it? Oh my God.
I mean, there's
some
challenges.
things to work out. Yeah, I get it.
Challenges.
That's
and
an interesting
3D printers
thought.
aren't always right. I've seen pictures of stuff that gets printed online, and it's the printer got miscalibrated or something. So there's some issues. It's not going to be there right away, but that would be my.
You know what else? Because they already are doing. We both wrote books. You could, instead of having to wait for your book to be mailed, you could have a printer quality book
just printed right there.
Because a lot of people still like to read the.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know eventually we're not even going to have those, but how do you sign anything? Well, autograph anything.
So as much as people like their Kindles and everything, and I'm a big Kindle fan, there's also been a shift back towards hardcover books.
Yeah.
Physical books, because people like the feel.
In the page, yeah.
They like the
Yeah.
And it is like I've collected books at various points in my life. Like I've got a business book collection, and I've got a Star Wars book collection. And
so if you have a badass enough printer, you could have your book printed right there for you.
Yeah, but that industry's already been changed with the print on demand things. Before, if you wanted to publish something, a publisher would have to take a risk and print 1,000, 10,000 copies.
Right.
So a lot of stuff didn't get printed because it was so expensive, and publishers had to have a reasonable expectation that they could sell it and at least recoup all their money.
Yes.
Now it's, I published my book and it's all Amazon print on demand.
Yep.
Somebody orders it, it's printed right then and shipped to them.
Yep.
And it's fast.
Right.
So
a couple days, you got it.
That industry has already been disrupted a lot.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I love our space age talk, dude. That is something crazy to think about. In your lifetime, maybe. I don't know Maybe. You think this is 5 years down the road?
10 years at most.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's insane. Cell phones is another one.
Where do you think that's going?
Well,
are you printing it? You
could print it. Yeah, you could print it, but
rather than waiting in line at the Apple store.
Right, but actually, I think what will happen is cell phones will become so small they can put them in our bodies. They can implant them.
Oh yeah.
And upgrade them and do all that, and we'll have a display on our arm or something. You know.
Yeah. Well, and there's already been people who have done some sort of technology implant.
Yeah.
So I read one where they got magnets done in their fingers, like little magnets, and they can feel electromagnetic information now. So when they're typing on their computer, it's a more interactive experience.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why.
Who cares?
Nobody needs that, but
you jack some shit up because a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
You imagine, you touch the screen.
Yeah, but I could see
Yeah.
Because they've already got the new I've seen keyboards and other things where they project onto a desktop.
Yep.
Easily. Okay, I'm going to project on my arm all my apps.
So they have a watch that does that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just do that and it changes the app and yeah. So that's already there.
Yeah.
So I could see an implant. And another thing, and I just heard about this and sort of read about it. This guy believes that we will be our lives will be almost doubled in the next 50 years because of the bionics. You no longer, a heart is no longer a problem because you just change out the heart for a mechanical heart.
Here's a Black Swan event. So we're talking about living longer because of artificial replacements and everything like that. Currently, the World Health Organization, maybe?
Okay.
One of the big organizations out there projects that the population of the world will plateau at 10 billion people. And that's because for each age bracket that they measure, that there's about 2 billion people in each age bracket across the world. And that it will plateau at 10 billion people. And what is currently fueling growth is that the older age brackets aren't filled out yet because around the world people have died so young over time. So what they're seeing is that we're not having more people born. We still have the same 2 billion people born in each age bracket, which is about a 20-year age bracket each group. Okay. There's still the same 2 billion people in each age bracket. It's just that there's only 500,000 people in their 80s right now, and and they're just aging up.
Right.
And that's all. We're not actually experiencing a huge growth in new births. It's the same amount of births. They're just everybody's living longer.
Right.
So if you come up with a way, say a cure for all cancers.
Yeah.
You cure cancer. Okay, now we've got a lot more people making it to the 80s and 100s than were there. Now we're looking at 12 billion versus 10 billion. So I could see
screw up some tax brackets somewhere.
Yeah, but there's going to be some sort of cure to artificially extend life.
Yeah.
That's going to be a Black Swan event.
So I think the heart is the thing that's coming up. They do have mechanical hearts in the works. They do already have some.
You're just trying to make it to that point?
Yes. But they do have the Watchman is out there now. It pumps the blood for you. It regulates the blood for you. My grandma got one and it increased her life expectancy. She's now 84. I mean, that was 4 or 5 years ago. And they're like, yeah, you're going to live forever.
And it's completely artificial?
So yeah, it's I think it's implanted in her heart, but it's
so her real heart's still there?
Yes.
Okay.
But it regulates the blood flow.
Okay.
So it doesn't pump the heart, it just helps regulate the blood flow. So it's better than taking a blood thinner, if that makes sense. There's a lot of external things, like they had one they wanted to put on me that gave them real time what my blood pressure was at, so they could regulate my meds quickly, water gain, all that stuff, which I didn't do because I'm gonna get healed, so I wasn't gonna bow down to that bullshit.
Yeah.
But anyways, if I was old, I might do that. But the doctor told me that they're on a breakthrough for these new mechanical hearts that you just plop them in and that's your heart.
Yeah.
Couldn't imagine. I mean, you got pacemakers.
Yeah.
What's the difference? We're this close.
Yeah.
But heart disease is one of the biggest killers in America right now.
Well, here's one for you. If somebody actually finds a cure for obesity so you can eat whatever the hell you want.
God, that would be awesome.
And still be
like
a 15% body fat.
Like a fat melter.
Yeah.
Damn. I like it.
Oh man.
Man, yeah, that's a Black Swan event.
Yeah.
But everybody would just be skinny fat and out of shape. But skinny.
But yes, you're still not healthy, but at least you wouldn't be carrying around extra weight.
Right.
So.
Yeah, which is better on the heart and all that.
Yeah, I mean, that would be, and I mean, they've been doing research on what things can help with burning fat anyway. So
right.
It's not unheard of to be like, oh, here's some magic pill. Take this every day the rest of your life and you'll never be above 185 pounds.
There's got to be somebody out there working on this already because obesity is the biggest problem in America, right? And
well, you don't want to cure obesity. You want to...
Because the fast food restaurants would be out of business.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you need some sort of... that's why it's got to be a pill.
Right.
People have to take it every day.
But somebody has to be working on that. Big
so
pharma.
They have to pay for it,
Yeah, of course. I'd pay for it. Shit.
Yeah.
But then it would be like birth control, and those who can afford it do, and then those who can afford it also pay for the fat bastard down the road.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Going off of that, DNA or DNA modification. I could see that occurring in the next 10 years because they've already done a lot of research. They're doing a lot of research on people who can't feel pain.
Yeah.
There's certain individuals around the world who have essentially superpowers. No joke.
I get it.
Like the movie Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Okay. His hips were designed just a little bit differently and it allowed him to run faster.
Right.
There's some Olympian, and I forget what sport or what country he was from, but his body, because of some gene difference, something was wrong with him essentially, but it allowed his body to absorb and store 50% more oxygen than a normal human being.
So he could run further,
hold his breath underwater longer.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, just think about it.
Yeah,
so if
awesome.
you figure, if you map it, identify it, and then figure out a way to change it in somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have a whole world of super athletes.
I want that.
Isn't that
Yeah. Dude.
Technology would be amazing.
I would be a superhero.
Yeah.
So if you were able to get a superpower, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know. What's yours?
Oh man. So I really like the oxygen one, but I would say super hearing.
Okay. So you're talking attainable superpower, not just...
Yeah,
you can't turn invisible.
Can't fly.
Okay.
You can fly with a machine, so technology will be there someday.
Yeah.
But yeah, something for reals. Super hearing would be cool for me. Actually, it would be nice to have invisible or X-ray eyes too.
Oh, that'd be nice. And that's one of the other things is that they're studying a woman who's got vision that's 20 times better than 20/20.
Wow.
So she can see, identify people from a mile away.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
See, now that would be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, forget the X-ray vision. I just want that vision.
Yeah.
So do you.
I'd be down with that. But I want to be able to read both here and a mile away.
You want to be sighted.
Yeah. Yeah. I would take vision back. That would be a nice one to have.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, some bitch. That is awesome.
Not being able to feel cold would be nice, hot or cold.
Yeah.
Because there are people that have that where they don't experience heat or cold.
Yeah.
So.
I really like the air idea, man. It'd be cool to go run circles around everybody at the gym.
Yeah. Yeah, I got all the oxygen I need.
Well, you imagine that, you have enough oxygen, you could get pretty buff.
Yeah.
Your lactic acid buildup isn't going to happen.
Oh, there's some ultra runner, and his body actually does the exact opposite of what you would do. So most runners, lactic acid builds up over
Yeah.
time, and his body actually processes it faster the more he runs.
Wow.
Like,
How does that even happen?
that'd be kind of
Was he born that way?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
as far as they know, yeah.
All we ever hear about is the like problems with genetics these days. Like we've got a lot of what's that disease everybody's got? The Rain Man disease.
Oh, autism?
The autism. Everybody's got autism. We don't ever hear about the guy that can run
Yeah.
75,000 miles without stopping.
Yeah, but you know, like if you can modify DNA, you can turn off the genes that cause autism, turn on the genes that allow you to run.
Dude, and autism actually within it has a lot of like they're savants a lot of times.
Yeah.
So there's genes in there that are already like we're probably onto something.
Yeah.
We're probably making super geniuses,
And we don't
just
know
in a
it.
phase that is not quite there yet.
Right.
We're genetically changing, and our babies will become these.
But could you imagine being like, all right, I want to custom order a baby.
Yeah.
Here, you know, you take the
faster.
sperm and the egg and you
Yeah.
put them together. Now you've got to start, and then you go in and you modify it.
Dude, you're just talking about cloning now.
Yeah. It's not unheard of though.
No, and I've heard there's clones out there, but I digress.
There's no, like, they developed that technology in the late 90s. Somebody's used it.
Yes.
Like,
Thank you.
Somebody has used it.
Yeah.
There's enough rich people out there that want to live forever. You know they cloned themselves.
But yeah, and then the whole putting your brain in or your...
I don't know if that one is there yet.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But why would you clone yourself otherwise? You aren't there. That would piss me off. You're going to do what to my wife?
Yeah. Well, technically it's you doing that.
Yeah, you can get a new wife too. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that was a good Black Swan talk.
We kind of went on like sci-fi, but sure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Take that for what you will, people.
All right, let's call it a day.
Bye-bye.
Join us on Facebook at The Jobless Legion or subscribe to our YouTube channel and like, comment, and share
So that we can get the message out to aspiring entrepreneurs just like you.
Thank you.